Hello, everyone, and welcome to the last week of Cell Bowl 2024. We are going to be celebrating the winners of our two major events that have just finished this past week. I don't know if you're excited as I am, but I can't wait to share with you who won, how well everybody did. Everybody did such a great job. I'm so excited. And what you'll notice is that Aaron is not with me this week, but that's okay. He is with his family and they are celebrating from far away and wishing everybody a great event and a great time today. He doesn't know who won. So he'll be finding out when he watches this video, just like you're doing right now. So let's go ahead and get started. Just to remind you, Cell Bowl is brought to you by yours truly and co-hosted with me by Mr. Aaron Odegaard. This gold sponsor of this event is ASCP. They provide the trophy and the winning packages for studying materials for students who won in the team that won the Supercell Bowl. We will see that in a minute. And then we've got our silver sponsors. The Television app that you're using is made by Television, obviously, but they are our silver sponsors, and we are so lucky to have them in them allowing us to use their app for this wonderful event. So we're so excited to celebrate everybody this week. We are in week 6, and as we said before, the event has been shortened this year, and I think we're going to keep it this way because this seems to be a really good number of weeks to compete. So we've got the Supercell Bowl with the varsity teams this week, and we've got the second chance showdown with the junior varsity this week. Now, the difference between each of these is that the varsity team are the ones that were having perfect scores, and they were going up the leaderboard nationally. And then the non-perfect scorers were the junior varsity event. But that doesn't mean that once it hits national that they stay non-perfect scorers. As we've said before, that is a great loophole. And you might have noticed that these teams have taken advantage of that. So I'm really excited to see how that goes this week. This Scam Me part here is for the scavenger hunt that we've been doing this week or this year, which has been new this year as well. It wasn't something that we've done before. And each week, the students are given, or the teams are given, a mission, if they choose to accept, to go out into the community in some way and become medical lab ambassadors. So that is why I am wearing this amazing hoodie that we just brought out this year. If they end up going out and expressing the wonderfulness about the lab and sharing the awareness, then they get entered to win, as long as they use the barcode there, the QR code, they get entered to win one of the t-shirt versions of this amazing hoodie. So just to make you aware of that, that's why that's there. Merry Labmas to anybody watching later on in the year. All right. So we are going to talk a little bit about what's so great about Lab Swag. So we've got some wonderful Lab Swag in the store. It's a great way to make sure that everybody learns more about the lab, even if you're not going out on a scavenger hunt to tell everybody about the lab and the profession. You're able to kind of subconsciously get it out there by wearing stuff that shows all the greatness of the lab. So we've got some holiday stuff here. Here's the QR code for the store. Actually, it's a QR code to all of the different links to the stuff that I do with Medical Lab Lady Gill, but the store is in there as well. We talked about chemistry last week. My lovely, amazing youngest daughter came up with that one, but it's got some red and green tops down the sleeves. And then inside the hood are these red and green top snowflakes. It's really, really cute. I'm enjoying putting patterns into hoods. That's not something you see anywhere else. So get yours while you can. This is a new design. I'm the elf in charge of the naughty list of Santa's naughty list. So if you work in chemistry or toxicology, you get the joke. I mean, any laboratorian would get the joke, but it's it's for people who do the DAUs, the drug screens, drugs of abuse, urine screens. So that's what this is. And some people have a lot of fun during the holidays. And if you're in charge of the naughty list, you can wear this, or even use some stickers or whatever, and have a great time. So the hoodie that I am wearing is this Medical Lab Ambassador hoodie with a QR code inside, and on the back is the word cloud microscope, just like you see in the front in the smaller version. On the back, it's a bigger version, and it represents everybody in the lab and the different areas of the lab. That's a great way to get conversations started as well. So feel free to get out there and tell everybody about the lab, even by just what you're wearing. And they're super fun. These hoodies are the new kind that are thinner. And for all you ladies out there with the beautiful curves, make sure that you size up. These are unisex, and if you like that slouchy feel around the core area, you're going to want to size up just to make sure that you get the movement and the fit that you like. Okay, so I did this week make some new swag, and I wanted to present this to you. So we've got in this lady's hair. This is a drawing I actually did on my phone, and I've been able to now mess with it. Actually, two of these, both of these are drawings I did on my phone. And in the hair, it says born to be labulous, and it fades out, as it goes up. And then and it's only on the front. And then here we've got a laboratorian who's just thinking of all the amazing ways that the lab affects the world. And it's first QC, then the world. So if you're thinking of world domination while you're working, you might as well wear this. Trying to get all my chemistry laboratorians represented out there. We've had a lot of different lab swag, and I know this has been a hematology competition, but it's nice to put everything out there for the different areas of the lab. So uh, I hope you enjoy them. We've got another screen with some more. So these are just some reminders of other swag that we have. And we've got hoodies with the blood smear inside. And if you're playing and you're trying to, make it quiet so that everybody's leaving you alone because you're competing maybe in the Super Cell Bowl, if you wear this, maybe they'll leave you alone, right? Just a minute, I'm cell bowling. Then we've got your traditional hematology hero hoodie. And these are the new, the thinner design like I'm talking about. And again, there is a blood smear inside the hood part, QR codes in these hoodies. And you've got, even on the cuffs, there's the QR code. It's so cool. And this is that big word cloud microscope that we were referring to. So you can see it. You can even see different areas of the lab and professions in here. So there's MLS, there's chemistry, there's microbiology, cytology, HLT, MLT, histology, blood bank, hematology, DCLS is on there, pathologists are on there too. Everybody's represented on there. And I think there's phlebotomy that I can't find, but immunology's there. They get kind of small on the screen and I can't really see them. We can't zoom in further. I really like the the logo polka dots too. Those are a lot of fun. They're on the front and the back, and the this microscope actually wraps around you if you're wearing it. So that's really cool too. I'm really enjoying the creativity of making all of this stuff for you. And then of course we're making a diff rinse. So this is old school cell counter, diff cell counter on the front of it. There's nothing on the back, but inside the hood, we've got the peripheral blood smear again. And then this time the QR code is on the sleeve and inside the hood, and just a fun representation of my logo. So we're going to go ahead and talk about what we see the winners get this week. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So we've got a live interview coming your way, hopefully in the upcoming weeks, with whoever won the Supercell Bowl. I have not notified that program director yet, and haven't talked about when we're setting it up, so I can't really say when that is going to happen, but hopefully it's going to be in November or December, and we'll figure that out and let you know. So the winning team gets to share an amazingly designed by yours truly with ASCP's help. They get this beautiful trophy with the blood smear on the front of it, and ASCP's and my logos. So thankful that we are partnering with them. They're also providing the BOC study bundle, and you get the interactive practice exam with it, along with the study guide and the newest updated version, not just like an old one or anything. So these are really, really great. And then that bundle is not shared with people. It's one bundle for each person. So we've had it where of course, you know that the teams in Cell Bowl, they could be of varying different grades and levels within programs. So in MLS programs, it might be juniors and seniors. In MLT programs, it's first years and second years. And so what you would end up having is the opportunity to let us know what year you want the students to have access to this. So of course, that is why we have the students that are competing be free ASCP student members, because that way we can just go ahead, ASCP can go ahead and link their winnings to their account, and they can do it in the year that the student would need it. So if you have juniors that aren't ready yet, they're not graduating, you can just tell ASCP, you know, we're going to wait until this year in order for them to prepare for the BOC exam. And we've done that in the past. So please let ASCP know when you are scheduling your winnings and stuff. I connect you with ASCP, and we'll work through getting you those bundles when is necessary and needed for your students individually. So they also get a certificate. Each person that competes in the winning team gets a certificate for their participation. And this is a great thing to have in your portfolio as well as on your resume. So make sure you are putting this information about your standings within the Cell Bowl in the year. You could even do if you've been in this if you've been in this competition each year for the last 2 years, and then you're graduating, you can absolutely put your team standings in both of those years on your resume and or your portfolio. And they're also, as a team, going to be represented and celebrated in a critical values episode. Sorry, not episode. My daughter just walked by. She's making a lot of noise. Critical values edition online and in print. And that's a great way to showcase your program and your students. So congratulations on that. Just getting totally press release everywhere on my YouTube channel and in ASCP's amazing publication. So then what are the teams that were competing in this year's Varsity Supercell Bowl 2024? Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Okay, so as you know, we've got the Yukon Huskies. Currently, they are the reigning champions. Let's see if they're holding on to their title. It's, I mean, like a edge of your seat kind of competition. I can't wait to tell you about what happened and how amazing they did. So let's take a look. University of Connecticut's MLS programs journey to this final event. Okay. And then we've got the Heme Dream Team, which is a wonderful scenario that I want to talk with you all about. You've got a clinical site that has students coming from different NACLS accredited programs, MLS and MLT programs. So if you are watching this and um, you're a clinical site that has students from a NACLS accredited program coming to your institution for clinical rotations, you could have a team. And it could be a mixture of all those students coming from those different institutions. So that's what this is actually Aaron's team. That's what Aaron's team is. They're made up of surrounding university program students that are from NACLS accredited programs, and they work together to make a team. So if that is something that you as a clinical site would like to do, maybe even because the faculty or the program directors or the program directors at those institutions are maybe not signing their students up, or they feel a little overwhelmed, because we do. Oh my gosh, do we? If you're finding that you want to engage your institution and support those surrounding universities and colleges, why not put a team together? That would be really exciting. And you could therefore then strengthen the partnerships that you've got with those institutions, and also help the community and the hospital. And if you're a corporate hospital, the corporation, understand the value and the critical role that these students are going to end up playing in your facility and in your corporation by becoming colleagues. They're going to be your colleagues. So please feel free to sign up. And I'm going to tell you at the end of this presentation, at the end of this episode, how you can sign up. So please stay tuned. If that is you, do not go anywhere. You're going to want to find out how to do that. Okay. So Baptist Health in Jacksonville has, like I said, both types, MLT and MLS program students from the surrounding area. So let's see their journeys on the way here shortly. Oh my gosh, that's not the slide. So we've got amazing team members here and amazing team members here. We're going to zoom in on those amazing faces. These students are doing an incredible job. So much is just being helpful during this whole time. We've got the television tutorials. You've got the Medical Lab Lady Gill channel tutorials and procedural videos. And we are just so excited to see you all back again in this event and see how well you did, and love the husky. And then we've got Baptist Heme Dream Team back again. Each year we get, a new mixture of students. So every year it's not the same group of people competing. So it's always good to see the team back, but with the new participants. So we're so happy to have you all back as well, but with a new team. Love to see the support of the same institutions over and over again every year. We love to welcome you all back when you're playing. Okay, so the second chance showdown winners are going to receive a virtual field trip to Television headquarters to see where the app is made and learn a little bit more about what went into this app that is being used as a tutorial, but also a fun competition for students around the country. So if you want to follow Television, you can follow them on their Instagram and Facebook accounts. And you can also utilize resources. You don't even need to have the app to do it. I would suggest that you get it because it's a really great app. But there are educational resources on their website as well that you as faculty can use with your students. Or if you're a person working in the lab at a hospital or research lab, wherever it is you're working, you can utilize those educational resources. And if you're maintaining your ASCP certification, you can use them to meet the hematology parts of your and blood banking and urinalysis. Sorry, not blood banking, urinalysis and body fluids portions of your certification requirements as well. So who was competing this year in the Second Chance Showdown? Well, let's talk about Houston Methodist MLS program. And there they are. Amazing. Welcome, guys. Welcome back because they did amazing last year, too. And then the Central Community College Raiders are back again. Man, they really made a big splash in last year's event too. They always do. Oh my gosh. But they were sneaking up the sneaking up the scoreboard last year too. And then they just even did it in more effort and craziness this year. So they've been changing things up and really making us stay on our toes even when we're not competing anymore, right? We're watching these two teams because oh my gosh, they're making so many changes. So we've got some lovely, beautiful smiling faces here. Thank you all so much for coming and supporting your institution and this amazing event. We're so happy to have your team back. Thank you for program directors and faculty that are continuing to support their students in this way. We are so happy to support you also. So here's our this is the first thing that I sent out to the program directors and the faculty members. I was playing around with AI because I really wanted better visual representation of my vision of what's happening each week. So I sent this out and oh my gosh, I just love this red cell just like, yeah, we're winning. And the white cells are in the back trying to go after them. It's so fun. So thank you for using that graphic. It made me smile. And I was so excited when I got that made for the first time. It was my first bout with AI. It was pretty cool. So we've got these amazing team members. So happy to have you all. Thank you for all your great efforts and climbing the board and keeping us on our toes. So let's see how week 6 went. Oh my goodness. Okay. So like I said, we've got 2 different events happening, but they look like they're competing in the same league. Because look at these times. Okay, so in first place for the week, right? We've got Baptist Health Jacksonville, and with a time of 29 seconds. Incredible, right? So that's Florida. And then we're going up to Connecticut and seeing University of Connecticut MLS program had 32 seconds. These are incredible times, everyone. And I cannot believe how close all of these are. There's not that much difference between Nebraska's Central Community College's MLT program's time of 48 seconds and what we had in first place and second place of the week. And then in fourth, we've got not trailing far behind. It's like very, 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 very close. With 55 seconds, we've got Texas's Houston Methodist MLS program. Well done. And it's not supposed to be, but it's like it's the East competing against the West because quite literally it is. Oh my gosh. And it's not regionals anymore. So, oh wow, we had Baptist Health Jacksonville get a touchdown, woo, with their 29 seconds. Congratulations. Well done. Look at that. Amazing. Oh, another AI. Amazing touchdown with the red cells and the leaderboard up at the top. So amazing. Well done, everyone. All right. So we were celebrating this week. It's the final event of the entire season. Season 4, oh my gosh, is in the books. Look at all of these confetti and celebrations. They were dancing on the field this week. I don't know if you could even see them in the background. They were dancing in the field. They were celebrating. Everybody was cheering for everybody else. We got great team pictures on the field and just a lot of love being passed around. So congratulations. Well done, everyone. Our playoffs team, so this is who went into the Nationals event and for the Varsity League. We started out with three of our top teams from the West and three of our top teams from the East. We had the Bobcats, the Gray Wolves, the St. Lucasites, who shook it up last year too. And of course, the Gray Wolves are always shaken up as well. Moraine Park and St. Luke's was just tearing up the field last year, and they did it again this year. And then we've got the Huskies, the Plasmatics, and the Heme Dream Team. And, they're coming back for more and more and more all the time. You all did amazing, and they were competing against each other for the first time in week 4 of the event, and just to see how it shook out for the last 2 weeks of the event after that. That's what we're going to see. So how does this change the national standings of 1 through 6, right? Because no matter how the second chance showdown continues, they cannot outplace anybody in the top 6. Like if you were competing in the playoffs, you are solid in your standing within that top 6. So our top 6 of this year's event are the Frontier Community College Bobcats, the Moraine Park Gray Wolves, the Delaware Tech Plasmatics, the St. Lucasites, the Huskies of Yukon, and the Heme Dream Team of Baptist Health Jacksonville. Congratulations to the top 6. You're incredible. That was amazing. And look at these times. They're wonderful. So, and they're not that different, right? So in the first week of our national event, so week 4, we identified who was going to stay in slots 4, 5, and 6. Then last week in week 5, we had found out who was going to be in 3rd place and then who was moving on to the Super Cell Bowl, right? So this week we defined 1st and 2nd place. So well done. That was really awesome. So let's talk about the second chance showdown, because they're the ones that mess everything up for everyone, except for the top 6, right? They shake up the leaderboard. They make the SED rate different than what you expected. It's like having unexpected antibodies in the serum, or the plasma rather, and you don't know what's happening until you look at the SED rate. So the top 3 teams that were coming in from the West in the second chance showdown were Otero College Rattlers, Central Community College Raiders, Houston Methodist Hospitals MLS Programs Texans, and oh my gosh, you already see who was in the top, the top 2 that played in the this week's event anyway. And from the East, we had Guthrie RPH's MLS program, Ivy Tech, our new community college team members coming in, the Granulocyte Gurus. They were just all over the place in the these last 6 weeks, right? We just keep seeing them popping up over and over and over again. And then we had the Baptist South, not to be confused with the Baptist Heme Dream Team, Baptist South MLS program, the Baptist Beakers, just coming back and showing us how it's done this year. They're a continuing team as well. All of these are. Ivy Tech was the newest team out of the the last 12 teams that were moving on to the last 2 events. So we had these amazing teams competing in weeks 4, 5, and 6. We identified different placings, but it wasn't like in the varsity where you see it's definitely going to be the top 6. These are the ones that just make everything questionable. Like you don't know how your week is going to go. You're like, okay, I'm solidly in this placing, and then all of a sudden the second chance is like, no, you're going down, or maybe you're moving up. We don't know, because every week it's something new. You're only as good as your last score, your last week's score, right? It's like on those cooking shows, you're only as good as your last plate. Oh, this is how it is in the national events, right? So the junior varsity teams have been moving around, and that's why you see all of this craziness with whose icon or team is coming up first. It's been a wild ride, I'll tell you. But if you're looking at out of the top placings of the Second Chance Showdown, we can say that in that league, we had identified who was in what placing. And we had a lot of Cell Bowl buddies this whole time. It was unprecedented how everybody seemed to go into the national event because everybody just couldn't get rid of their Cell Bowl buddy. So we did have a tie in here. So we see in fifth of the Second Chance league, we've got Guthrie, RPH's MLS program. We've got in fourth place, which was figured out in week 5, we have the Baptist South MLS program. And in third place, tied together because they just can't seem to get enough of each other, was Otero's College MLT program and Ivy Tech Communities College's MLT program as well. And it's nice because they're East and West just hanging out together, just having a great time. And then our final 2 competitors, the top 2 of the Second Chance Junior Varsity League is Central Community College in the first of the league, and in second is Texas's Houston Methodist MLS program. So congratulations, well done. You all have just blown all of our minds and just completely lit up the field. And we're gonna see how they lit up the scoreboard in just a second. It's just incredible. You're not gonna believe how everything went. Look at this. Oh my gosh. So the hot pink is who competed in the final event. The light blue just over the name of the institution are the new teams that joined us for the first time ever. So we are so thankful and grateful that you came, and look how they're all over the board. It's incredible. Then the Second Chance and the playoff teams. So the Second Chance's junior varsity playoffs were the varsity teams. They're in dark teal all across the row. And those were the ones that we figured out where they were placing within week 4 and 5. And then the hot pink is where we figured out where they were placing in week 6. This is just incredible. All right, so winning this year's national event, again, congratulations to Baptist Jacksonville. We've got University of Connecticut just right behind them, but cheering them on also. So congratulations on your second place win. It's incredible to be in the Super Cell Bowl, and we are just still amazed at how amazing you're doing. These times, they're not far apart, and they're just still amazing. So if you ever want to know really how great this is, talk to a practicing MLS or MLT in the hospital at clinical rotations. Talk to your faculty members, your program directors. These are incredible. Okay, incredible, incredible times. In the field, you want accuracy with speed, right? And we're hoping that this type of event and participation and the tutorials help you with that. We're not trying to make you focus just on time, because that is not what you want when you're trying to help a patient, right? You want to save lives accurately, right? Because you don't want to cause harm. So the times are great. The times are wonderful, but when it comes down to it, Accuracy is way more important than time. So please don't get the wrong impression that time is all that is required when you're doing hematology and looking at these cells. That's the incorrect message. The correct message is efficiency and accuracy, okay? Because it's all for the patient. It's not about, yay, I won, right? We're making a competition out of it, but in the real world, it's help people, not how fast can you do this. Okay, so we've already seen in third through six who's been there, but these times are just incredibly close. Now, again, last week I did point out that Western Piedmont Community College's time is the same as Frontier Community College, but they did not go to the playoffs. So that is why they remain in seventh place, even though they have the same time. So seventh place was an average of the first 3 weeks, the times of the first 3 weeks. So it's not as if they played at the same time as Frontier Community College. And this happens several places within the leaderboard. So please remember that. It's not a mistake. That's why I continued to keep the teal across the board as well as the hot pink, so that you know why, if they are tied, why are those higher than the other ones. So please make sure that you still did an amazing job. It's just that you're in seventh because you didn't go into the playoffs, which is great though. Seventh is not shabby at all. And then look at how this has gone crazy. We have Central Community College that was down the board a little bit more before, in last week, and now they've jumped up to number 8 slot. It's incredible. I think they were down here, I don't remember, somewhere between like 10 and 12, something like that. And then they've jumped up to 8th place. It's wild. And they just edged out AHN St. Vincent School of Medical Laboratory Science and George Washington University, which are tied for 9th place. So still in the top 10, crazy great. And then we've got Mercer County Community College just whipping my butt this year. Not by a ton, but Professor Lisa Shave and I have like this thing every year. It started out because we were so close in the first year of the event, and now we just, like, in a loving way, trash talk each other all the time before Cell Bowl starts. And her team is just really showing us how it's done. She has an amazing, big, wonderful MLT program, and I'm hoping that one day mine will get as big as hers, and we will do as great as they are doing. My team did a really great job too. I'm not saying they didn't, because they really always do. We have so much fun with this. You have no idea. But it's really good to have a Cell Bowl buddy, right? Where you're going back and forth and just having fun banter, and that's what we have. So Lisa Shave out there, so proud of your team. You are holding your own and representing for us in the top 10. Congratulations. You all did an amazing job. So proud of you. Keep it up. Next year, I want to see you out on the field, and we're going to try to beat you this time. So then we've got the University of Illinois Springfield. They were back with a vengeance this year, and they came and got 11th place, did an amazing job, was just edged out by Mercer, not by much. Marquette University, it was their first time here. We used to have like an amazing show out from Wisconsin, right? So they were showing Wisconsin pride this year, and they were new too. So we are so happy. You all made it in the top 15. You were number 12 in the nation. Congratulations. And then right behind them, because this is what the Second Chance Showdown does, is Houston Methodist MLS program, who just shot right up and then tied with another amazing program that I usually banter with their program director as well, Bowling Green State University. So happy to have you back, Jessica, and your team. Um, really, really missed you all in the last couple of years. She used to light up Twitter. It was so much fun. Looking forward to seeing that energy back. Thank you for coming back. We're so happy to have you. So they tied the second chance showdown second place winners in number 13. No, number 13 is a really great number. I don't know why there's so much negativity around it. I mean, I do know the history of the 13th, the number 13, but if you don't know, you should look it up. It's a very cool story. Um, okay, in 14th place, we've got St. Francis Health Systems MLS program, and they were like a fraction of a second different than 13th place. It's incredible. And then not trailing far behind, we have Tennessee's Columbia State Community College, this MLT program, who was then just edged out Michigan Technological University's MLS program from Michigan. So congratulations, you all fit in the 15th and 16th place. Central Texas College was back, showing us how it was done in 17th place, their MLT program. And then we've got, again, some more Cell Bowl buddies. Ivy Tech Community College and Otero Community College just can't get enough of each other, and they're in 18th place. Congratulations. The second chance just really blows the I don't know, the times away and just lights it up on the field. They change everybody's standings, just really, really fun event. And I'm so glad we started it last year and we're continuing it on. So keep up the amazing work. Guthrie was right behind them in a fraction of a second again, in 19th place. And then we've got Bristol Community College from out in Massachusetts, just edging my team out. And our best friends over in New River Community and Technical College's MLT program, tying it up with the College of Southern Maryland. Woo! All of us state neighbors just couldn't get enough of each other this whole season. We were having just agglutinations all over the place with West Virginia and Virginia. And we have so much great things to say. So Radford University came in and they came back, and they decided they just wanted to hang with us this whole season. So we're so glad you're back too. So keep up the the tri-county, not the tri-county, the tri-state area. We love you all so much. Thanks for coming back and welcome New River Technical Community and Technical College. We're so happy to have you. So Baptist South edged out York College. They didn't do the all caps this year. I was so sad. So I still say York College because that's how they were when they first came on. But they tied with McLeod Health School of Medical Laboratory Science. Even though they were not playing in the same event, they just love having buddies too. So Baptist South and McLeod Health are in a solid 23rd place with 67 seconds. Well done. Way to go. That was awesome. And then York College is in 24th place with just a fraction of a second after them. And again, if they're not in teal or they're not in hot pink, that's a 3-week average. Okay. Excuse me, the first 3 weeks of the event, because we changed that up a little bit. It used to be the first 4, but now it's 3. So we've got Eastern Michigan University, who is in 25th place. So up to that, everybody's on the shirt, as long as I can fit them on there. Okay, so you'll see the shirt shortly in this episode. But yes, as long as I can fit all of these Cell Bowl buddies on there, we might still be able to make the top 25 fit on the shirt, but I don't know. So I can't make any promises, but Eastern Michigan, we're hoping you stay on there because you are the solid 25th line in the sand, right? In 26th place, we have another newbie, Andrews University's MLS program. So happy to have you all, and a not too shabby at all 68.7 seconds. I mean, Eastern Michigan was lucky they edged you out just by a partiality of a second. It's crazy how these times are so close. And then Mercy University's CLS program, MLS program, is following a couple of seconds behind, and they're another New York. So it's the New York Michigan sandwich here. I don't know if you noticed that, but New York and Michigan just couldn't get enough of each other. They're giving a New York hug around Michigan. And then again, Michigan right behind them. So I don't even know if you could call that a sandwich. It's more like a layered cake. New York on the top and Michigan 2 layers below. So we've got Wayne State University coming back and just lighting up the field with 71.3 seconds in 28th place. And in 29th place, another Michigan, like the most representation this year was from Michigan. And one of them was new. So we are so happy that you all are spreading the word about Cell Bowl. Keep on coming back. We love it. Saginaw Valley State University is in 29th place with 77.3 seconds. And we have Central Piedmont Community College in my favorite number 30 in North Carolina. So just to make sure you remember, we had some devastating hurricane situations happen with Aaron's teams too, or team as well, as our North Carolina teams and stuff. So please continue to reach out and help them. I know our church has been sending stuff down there to you all. So please take care. And we're so happy you still played. But we know that things were very hard for you this year. So you all did amazing, and thank you for coming and playing with us. And we hope we can continue to support you as time goes by, and we hope you come back too. So hope everything's going okay for everyone that was affected by the hurricane this year. Just really, really glad to even see you come in. I know it was very hard. So in 31st place, with 90 seconds, these were the teams that signed up but had a little bit of trouble maybe finding the field, or something happened. I know with Alaska, I'm having it where it's kicking back all of your emails, and I think it's a firewall. So if you're watching this, if you could, I don't know, like put me on your favorites, my email address, because you all came to play, and then I don't know that you got any of my emails because they kept kicking them back. So please make sure that if you sign up, that you take my email that's put in the sign up and make it one of your favorites, because hopefully we will see you back in the stadium every year now. But so happy you all came out to play. We've got Clark State College, Stevenson University was new. So happy to have one of my state buddies there. Know the program director, she's amazing, and they just started a online version of their MLS program. Oh my goodness, just so much excitement. I can't even talk. So we're so excited that you came. Love having our Marylanders with us. And University of Alaska, like I said, please, I don't know, favorite my email address, because faculty members and program directors email were just getting kickback. So please make sure you favorite me. Oh my goodness. I didn't mean to stop sharing. I meant to stop zooming. Let's try that again. All right. So let's unzoom here. There we go. All right. So those, it says week 5, should have been week 6. I thought I changed that, but that's okay. So week 6 is national competition. This is where we ended. This is our set rate, everyone. Well done. It was awesome plays this week. So excited for your participation. So our Super Cell Bowl winners, we already found out really, but let's see their journey to the field on this last week of the event. So we've got Yukon and Baptist Health. Need to lubricate the vocal cords here. All right. So this was a wild ride for UConn. You all have seen them and how they've just lit the field on fire with their plays every week, all the time since they've joined the competition, right? And this week was not much different, or I mean, not this week. This competition, this year's season was not much different. They have done an amazing job. They stayed within the top 5 every single week. It's been incredible. So let's hear it up for UConn. In week 1, they were first in the nation. They just came out of the field and just burned it up and set the bar for everyone, right? They came out with 46 seconds as their first team score. Then in week 2, they were second in the nation with 42 seconds. So as you see them going down the board, they are constantly shaving off seconds of their time every single week, which is so typical of all our teams, right? Like we're seeing amazing scores and just times shaving off every single week. You all are getting better every week. That's what we like to see. So in week 3, they were 4th in the nation with 39 seconds. Incredible. And then they stayed second in the nation for weeks 4, 5, and 6. That's a very hard thing to do, and they did it. So congratulations. It's been incredible. Well done. So proud of you. All right, so let's see how that stacked up against their fellow Super Cell Bowl team members, or competitors rather, I'm sorry. So we have Baptist Health Jacksonville. Wait, no, I don't want to do that. So in week 1, because of the hurricane and everything, they had power outages and stuff. It was a mess, right? And they were struggling to make it to the field even. So if you've been watching the season and you've seen the episodes, you'll notice that at first they were not really on the field. But I did for several teams, not just this team, for several teams that were affected by the hurricane. And again, thoughts and prayers still with you all. For everyone that was affected, they reached out to me and said, hey, we've been having struggles, power outages, family needs, everything. And, we know that we're not going to be in this week's episode, but hey, here's our score. So I was very happy to help out those teams. So if you've been following along, you've been doing the math, all of that, it might not look correct, but it is correct because grace is a beautiful thing and we love all of you. And I want to make sure that the reason that you're placing where you are is not because you were having struggles. It was because it's what you got that week, right? So that's why you see a score now, but you might not have in the episode of that first week. So in all love and fairness and mercy and grace, I was still keeping track of people's times, even though they weren't in that episode. So just to clear that up, and I love all of you, very, very well done. So we've got in week 1, they were 14th in the nation. I didn't do regional standings in here this year. I just thought national was great. So in week 2 through 6, they ended up shaving off their times, right? And like almost in half between week 1 and week 2. And they just jumped up to the top of the league and they just stayed there, but still reducing their time every single week and having all those challenges and doing that amazing. I don't know how you all are doing it, but very excited to see you all do so well. Congratulations. The final winning score was 29 seconds. You broke 30 seconds. That's incredible. So they had 5 touchdowns. And that's very similar to how we've seen, some, or this is very similar to how we've seen our leagues every year now. We've got, if the one doesn't have it, the other one does, and they're just constantly shuttling it, usually like between 3 to 4 different teams having a touchdown during the week. So it was fun to watch everybody's play interplay between each other. And I wanted to let you all know that UConn and Baptist Health both reached out to me to say congratulations to the other team. Such a class act move. You all are, such gracious players, and we're so proud that you have such great team sport and ethics. So thank you all for reaching out and saying congratulations to the other. They didn't even know the score. And they were saying congratulations to the other team just because of how well they've been doing and that they knew they were in the final competition. So that was incredible. I just wanted to pass that along because nobody else sees the comments that I get, but they were very wonderful. So congratulations. Well done. So excited for you all. This is Baptist Health Jacksonville's first win ever. I mean, I say ever, it's been 4 years. This is the fourth year of the competition. So you get your team trophy, you get your team interview with me whenever we plan that. Still don't know when that's going to happen because I haven't talked to Aaron about it. And that's the live interview piece. I hope it works out with us because I'm not the best at live setup. So we'll see. You get your individual certificates, your individual practice BOC bundle, and then you get as a team, so team all the way on the left here, the critical values. Basically, it's like an interview, but it's a feature in Critical Values magazine. So congratulations, well done. Let's go to the second chance showdown winners, the JV winners. Woo, I'm so excited for you. Houston Methodist was playing against the Central Community College Raiders, and this was incredible because number one, I don't know if you all noticed, I pointed it out earlier, but the Super Cell Bowl were two East teams competing against each other, and the second chance showdown was two West teams competing against each other. It was so neat. So they turned it into their own regional event, but it wasn't meant to be that way. So that was fun. We get a winner from the East and the West. I can't imagine how that could be any better. I love that. So it's good that we're, putting the winnings across the nation. Love it. Okay, so let's see their journey, Houston Methodist's journey to the top. All right, so we've got in week one, they were not far behind Aaron's team, right? With 70 seconds. They were 19th in the nation. That's incredible. Starting out really strong. In week two, they got even better. It was 64 seconds. And then in week three, they didn't make it to the field, but that didn't stop them from moving into the final events, right? So we had week four, they were 14th in the nation with 56 seconds. They shaved off 3 seconds, came back in 15th with 59 seconds. And I know that sounds weird because I don't know, they were just all over the place. It was very, very cool. And then they shaved off. So sorry, they gained 3, then they shaved off even more and brought it back to before their 4th week score. So incredibly, they ended up in 13th place. It was amazing with 55 seconds. Well done. And if you've ever seen the episodes, the seasons before this season, we used to have individual play where you could beat my time, and they absolutely would have won against my time. So congratulations. We're not going to do the individual play like that anymore. We're going to continue with the scavenger hunt because I think it's more important to spread awareness and become medical lab ambassadors, which honestly, ASCP and ASCLS also have lab ambassadors. So when you get to be certified, go ahead and sign up to be medical lab ambassadors and get out there and continue to scavenger hunt even when you are not a student on a team anymore. All right, so let's see those Central Community College Raiders. That guy looks tough. So did their team. Oh my gosh, they were doing an amazing job. So week one, they started out in 16th place with 67 seconds. Not shabby at all. Wow. And then in 15th place in week two, with 3 less seconds. Then they're like, you know what? We like 63 seconds. It tends to be our good score. So they stayed at 63 seconds in weeks 3 and 4. So they were in 18th and 20th place. Then they moved up to 10th. See, I knew it was 10. They moved up to 10th place nationally with 51 seconds in week 5. And then this past week in week 6, they shaved off even more time and came out with 48 seconds. It's been an amazing ride. And if you look at this, I feel like I should have shown you that with the other teams too. They're not much different from each other. They were tied in week 2. They're like, we should go to the second chance together. Let's just keep on tying and staying close. So that's what they did. Ooh, that's what they did throughout the entire event. They've just been so close. And even their last week, you saw them on the leaderboard. They were very, very close. All right, so well done. Well done. And who won the second chance showdown? We had Central Community College Raiders. Woo! Congratulations. It has to be the promotion of that amazingly happy red cell that's scoring that touchdown. I think that's what did it. I think that's definitely what did it. So if you want to win next year, you all might want to use that as your backdrop to make it so you can be definitely cheered forward, just like Central Community College's Raiders. So they get that amazing field trip to the Celevision headquarters. And they're going to travel there virtually, right? They're not actually getting on a plane. I'm not paying for you all to go as a team on a plane over there. But we look forward to hearing about that, just like we heard about the Shockers last year. So congratulations. It seems like the second chance showdown just stays in the West. You all aren't giving it up for anybody that's in the East. So we'll see how that works out next season. So just to show you all the two amazing teams that have won our hearts this year and done such a great job. Just another congratulations, and we couldn't be more happy for you. So let's send them some congratulations and a whole lot of Cell Bowl love. So we're so happy for all of you. Continue the great work, continue using those apps. But that's not it. That's not all. Okay, so we celebrated you. Congratulations. So excited. Okay, so what is the future of the Cell Bowl? I've been alluding to this already, but we've had feedback surveys from the first season, and I've been hearing a lot from all of you, whether it's in the comments during the weekly submissions or it's at a national event where we happen to be there together at like CLEC or something. I talked to educators all over the United States, and they've been sharing really great feedback and what it is they would like to see. And I really see patterns, and they seem to be all saying the same thing. They want to mix it up a bit, but I've also had my outcomes that I really want to achieve as well. And I feel like where we are now with the event, I feel like is where I wanted it to be from the beginning. So what this really was meant to be about was number one, supporting our educational programs, supporting our students, celebrating our students, because we really need to spread that awareness within the general community, but also make sure that everybody realizes, um, how important it is that we replenish the field, right, of laboratory medicine. So in order to spread awareness, I can't do it on my own, right? So what we wanted to do was not only focus on hematology, but we've always wanted to also focus on the rest of the areas of the lab. And I have gotten that feedback so much. Like, we love this event, but we would really love to see it spread across the lab and, cover other areas. So keep that thought, because I have some more things to say about that. But currently, the best way for us to do that in this event, since we just have the one app, was to start the scavenger hunt. So I got the idea from some previous feedback of other faculty members. There were several of you, so I'm not going to say names, but there were several of you, and I'm really glad that you said so. You gave ideas of different kinds of scavenger hunt platforms that we could use, but I don't really want to spend that kind of money because this is not my job, right? This is a secondary thing out of love for the profession and for you all that I do this. So I didn't want to pay for anything new. So what we did this year was, instead of doing the individual play where we were focusing highly on the perfect scores, I wanted to take the focus away from perfect scores, because as I said earlier, that's not really the intention of hematology, right? It's to save people's lives and, provide accurate diagnosis within a good time. So I wanted to make sure that instead we're focusing outside of the lab. So we really want to spread the word in our community, spread the awareness of what it is that you're doing, right? I'm really trying to um, help communities in number one in awareness, but we also need, we're part of the medical field, and we want to give back to our communities. Our institutions are there to serve our communities, whether we're a community college or a university. It should be about our surrounding communities. So we have a way to improve the health and wellness of our local areas. And in that way, I thought blood drives were a great opportunity for us to reach out, talk to the public, talk to the phlebotomists and the people running those blood drives, and really giving a spotlight to all the different ways that the lab and community members can help others, right? So one way to do that would obviously be to host blood drives, right? But not only is the community giving to others in the community, obviously, with blood, we're teaching them about, what the blood can do, why it's important to have donors of all different kinds to help one another. One thing that the blood drives were able to do was to help out the student teams, right? So again, not trying to focus necessarily on perfect scores, but talking about team effort, community awareness, community service, making sure that we think outside of the box, think outside the lab, and really bring in our community partners. So that was the goal of the excuse me, the scavenger hunt. And we are going to continue to do that. So individual play is gone. I'm not focusing. Sorry, my throat is so dry. I'm not focusing on individual play and perfect scores as highly anymore, because this is a better calling and a better way for me to really, or you all, to really reach what I'm trying to get this event to do. So we want to improve our enrollment numbers in our programs. We want to improve the awareness of the critical role that the lab plays within the healthcare team. We want to increase our colleagues because the baby boomers, are retiring, and we want to pass on that amazing knowledge to future generations. So we want to have a succession plan, and this is part of that, right? We're trying to positively influence the healthcare team, but also the community on how to meet this workforce shortage, really. So all of that was covered in the scavenger hunt. So thank you so much for all of you that have played, but also, I mean, obviously the lab swag that was made was to show the true intent of this whole event, right? So I really want you all to be medical lab ambassadors. You are the face of the lab. The patients don't get to see you. So go out into the community and talk about, what is involved in their care. Because even though they don't see us, we are a critical piece of the puzzle and the team that makes it so they become well. And we want to keep them well. And we're involved in all areas of wellness, not just diagnosing different conditions. We're also part of, vaccines, as we talked about, making sure that people stay well, so people can order their own lab tests online now. They don't have to have a physician order it for them. So we had an event where you went out to a gym and you would talk about how wellness can be achieved by lab results, and you don't have to be sick. That's the whole point. Healthcare should not be about emergency where the patient is sick and then that's the only time we help them. We should be maintaining health instead of eventually like seeking wealth, right? Because the more that somebody is sick, the more money the hospital gets. That's not the point of healthcare. The point of healthcare is wellness, right? And I'll get off my soapbox. I just wanted to make you all realize that this event, these seasons have intentionality behind them. It's fun. It's a learning experience, but it's also to get you used to being a part of the community and not being hidden. Um, it really bugs me when traditionally people have said, if you don't like people or if you don't like talking to people, work in the lab. That's so untrue. We love people in the lab. That's why we're there. You have to have great communication skills no matter what field you work in, whether it's medicine, IT, working at Lowe's, it does not matter. So do not come into the lab thinking that you're going to hide, right? We're not trying to hide. Aaron and Maya's generation of laboratorians, we are trying to get everybody out there, spread awareness. We're not a dying field, but we're having increased need, and there's a workforce shortage of so many industries, honestly. But we're trying to improve ours. So please help us. All right. So we had blood drives to increase awareness and help local communities, and then they could donate back to you. So it was a win-win for everyone. And it was a way for students to be able to be rewarded essentially too, with going out and succeeding on the scavenger hunt. So not only were scores affected and communities affected, 165 lives were saved with the 55 donations that were of just that one blood drive. I know that there were more blood drives that were done, but they were after the first 3 weeks. And once we got to the national events, I didn't want scores to be altered because of popularity, right? It's not a popularity contest. So I wanted to make sure that it was as fair as possible, when we hit the national event. I'm not saying that the first 3 weeks weren't fair. I'm just saying, people can only give, every few months if it's red cells or whole blood. 3 months, is the length of a red cell lifespan. So there's a deferral time in between donations of whole blood. There's less times with platelets and stuff, but I didn't want to deal with all that. But if you had a more population rich area, like a city, it's not fair for rural programs to be at a disadvantage, especially since they utilize in the first 3 weeks, their population already with giving and donating blood. So I was trying to make it extremely fair. Again, lots of intentionality here. All right, so mission complete. Well done. So excited that we had such great turnout. That one team almost had a 2 second because they were 5 units away from being able to get a second time donated to them. So keep it up. It's great. I don't know how you feel about missing out with the last 3 weeks of the competition, but continue those blood drives. We thank you so much. All right, so we're going to continue also the JV and varsity leagues. I love that we have continuation of play throughout the entire event instead of it just being, well, just the top people. We now have more teams. So it was a lot more teams this year because of all the sellable buddies, but having 12 teams moving into a national event is really wonderful, instead of just 6, right? So having those two side-by-side events, I'm really, really thankful. And that was another suggestion from you all that we implemented. And it took a couple of years to figure out how truly to implement it, but I think we're doing a great job at that. If you have more feedback about that kind of thing, please let me know. Then we've got the length of the event was shortened. I did see a lot of play drop off in previous years because it just people get very intense and excited. And yes, that time of the year, this time of the year, October, and into November gets to be very crazy, especially around Thanksgiving time. So I wanted to keep it away from Thanksgiving and just, bring us solidly into times where hopefully nobody's going to be off and that kind of thing. So I think it worked out great. We're having the live interview whenever, I'm not sure yet, but that might be closer to Thanksgiving and might be a little bit of a challenge, but hopefully we'll have it done by the end of the semester so we don't lose anybody. Now, I told you all to stay put. Any of you articulated agreement clinical sites out there that wanted to start a team, this is where you come into play too. So we now have a new website, Medical Lab Lady Gill website, and the intention of that is to make it so that we can have more promotion of teams, more promotion of educational programs, more promotion of the field, more and more and more education and promotion, right? Awareness being spread, and a one-stop shop, a one local landing page that you can then shoot off and, look at other things. So that's the intention of the website. So it is a blog website, meaning that if I post something new, like the first post right now is Cell Bowl scores and their previous scores of the second third, and then this fourth season, we have them all there. The first year was kind of weird, and I'm just not posting that one because I didn't have scores of everybody. So um I just posted the top 25 back then. So now, because there were so many, but now I have more of a system, a better system. So I just posted the last three events. So this year's, last year's, and the year before. Um, so you can go there and we'll continue to update those. They are updated every week. So every time if you need to spread it, I know that a lot of lab or program directors and faculty want to share it with higher ups. I get that request a lot. So absolutely, you can share the link to this and they'll be able to see the scores and how well their programs have been doing. So it's turning out to be an outcomes measure for a lot of programs. And I do want to start writing about that. Really looking at how our events are affecting BOC scores. I really want to dive into that. I have a lot of data. I just haven't I just haven't written anything about it yet. But it's very exciting. It's a very exciting time. If you want to get involved, number one, here is the QR code for this website. Please visit. And you can sign up under the Get Involved part for any of our events. So currently, what I have is the Cell Bowl 2025 event is already able to be signed up for. Okay, so right here, you can already sign up your team, and we are seeing teams already sign up. So you can already sign up for next year's event. It is a one-time editable submission. So even if you don't have the team picture for the team that you will have next year, because again, we don't get new students, right, until our new cohort, sorry, comes in the fall. Mine comes in the fall. Other programs might start in the spring, but generally, traditionally, programs would start in the fall. So every fall we get a new team or a new set of team members. So you can sign up, and then once you get your team picture, you can edit it there. So if you do a placement picture, please make sure it's very small storage because it fills up my drive. So go ahead, sign up now. You don't need to have a correct team picture yet. You can always change it out when you get your team together for next year. So go ahead, get all that stuff together. It's a lot of information that's asked of you. It's not going to ask you different information than what you're used to for faculty and program directors. So what I would like to do is make sure that I'm keeping an accurate list of contacts. And so you can continue to update that list if somebody moves, if somebody changes jobs. Please feel free to go in there and change that information because I'm having a lot of situations where I have my list of lab director or program directors and faculty, and then they leave their jobs and then it's wrong, and so we've missed a few people because of that. And there's just so much to keep track of. So please help me by signing up and just keeping your information updated. There is also a game show interest form. So this is a form. Both of these you need a Google account, by the way, and to sign up to subscribe to the website, you also need to have a Google account, which is what I've had for you anyway. So nothing's changed there. But the game show interest form is going to collect information, your feedback of what you would like to do in the future. I have so many ideas and so many thoughts that I really want to put into place. And I kind of put them in there. I didn't tell you exactly what I've been thinking about, but I really want to showcase you all. I want to improve our awareness. I want to talk about different areas of the lab. but I would need your participation. So if you would like to participate, and you can go and look at into this entrance form, make some selections of all the different kinds of things that you would like to do and see. And then, after a while, I'll give you a contact, or I'll contact you and say, hey, I'm setting up this game show. Would you like to join? Would your team like to come on and play? I mean, I have some really fun ones coming if I can just get players, right? So please feel free to do that. So sign up for events under the Get Involved right here. And we've got Sellable available already for next year. That was a request from faculty, actually a program director. So I'm ready. Even Teresa last week was like, yes, I want to sign up too. So we already seeing teams sign up. So other game shows are coming. What you need to do to stay informed is to make sure that you subscribe to posts. You can also subscribe to comments, but posts really are the things to do. And if you are not sure, you're trying to find like cell ball scores or something from a previous time, and maybe this isn't the first, because if I do another post, it's going to go down. But maybe if this isn't the first post or anything anymore, you can always search the blog for what you're looking for, but you can, well, it doesn't show it there, but below this section, there is also an archive. So you can click on the link in the archive, and I'm going to make sure to archive cell bowl scores so you can see them. But this is the home page, right? We've got a little bit about the YouTube channel, a little bit about cell bowl. The informational video is there about how do you play cell bowl. Game shows is blank right now, but that's going to house more things. And just more and more. And so I'm going to even spread this out to even have a web page dedicated to you all, more so than just even games, where I'm talking about your programs. Okay, so in every time that you sign up for these events, I ask you to give a blurb about your program because I want to support your program. I'm going to start a web page that quite literally is talking about each and every program. And you have the opportunity to tell me what to put there. So please make sure that you do. So a lot of great things. Obviously, it's not in its final form yet. Most of these pages do have something in it and they do look good. I just want to make sure that you realize how much Medical Lab Lady Gill is dedicated to you. Okay, it's for you, it's about you, and that's the intention. Okay, amongst all these other outcomes that I'd like to achieve. So one of the things obviously too is to prepare for the BOC. These other events that I want to do, the game shows, I'm hoping to make it so that you're going to be able to practice skills for all over the lab to help you learn through gaming, because oh my gosh, learning through gaming is so much fun. And if we can, attach a game to how you're really going to see this stuff in real life, why does it make sense that you know this? We're not just teaching you things just to pass the BOC. We're teaching you things so that you know what to do when you get in those situations in the field, right? Nothing ever remains textbook. Cells don't always look like they do in the textbook. How do you know if you've messed something up in a QA issue, and how do you deal with that? If you've seen the channel, you know that nothing is ever perfect, but that's intentional. I do not want to make perfect videos where you just see this procedure done exactly correct the whole time. I accidentally knocked the phone over because I'm going around the phone. I show mess ups because I want you to see how do you pick yourself up and move forward appropriately, but still giving that great diagnostic information. So I'm not here about perfection. I'm here about fun and learning, and hopefully we can get this done together. So some of the events that I'm thinking of, they're all virtual, by the way, would be something like Pictionary. I've already done microbiology Pictionary with some amazing world-renowned microbiologist, and you could see that I made that available a few years ago for Lab Week. But I would love to have student participation in Pictionary. I did reach out to programs, and their students were like, "No way." So I really hope that you realize this is not about you all being perfect. This is not about making fun of you. This is not about anything negative. If anything, it's just a fun way to learn. It's meant to be fun, meant to be funny. You should see some of the drawings they did. It was hilarious. It was a really, really good time. I have some escape room ideas. I have board games that I've already made. So it would just be fun. It would just be really, really fun for me to share it with you all. I do this in my program. Why not share it with you all as well? That's how Cell Bowl came about. So please help me out. Let me know. And this was some of the directions or instructions from the Pictionary that I did with the microbiologist. It was so much fun. Okay. Now let's see some selfies. All right, so we have all of our teams represented here. We've got, well, the ones that submitted something, sorry. So we have two of our four teams that played this week. So we've got Central Community College. They have that lovely, I swear it's gotta be that graphic in the back that's causing them to do so well, besides their skills. I mean, they did an amazing job. Look, they're already on their microscopes and looking at cells and doing counts and stuff. So well done. You all have a beautiful lab, by the way. Very, very nice. Love that. So congratulations on your second chance showdown win. Then we've got the Baptist Health Jacksonville team. Congratulations on your win of the Supercell Bowl. We've got Danielle with her little trophy there. Very, very cool. Congratulations. You all did a very amazing job all the event long, just like Central Community College did. And then I'm not just showing the winners. It was just who submitted pictures this week. So the other two teams did not submit pictures. But I did showcase them already earlier in the presentation. So I just didn't do that again. Here is what you're expecting to see for Cell Bowl 2024. I have not made the event lab swag yet, but this is last year's stuff. Again, this is the QR code for my link tree, but it will take you to the store. So last year we had the top 25 teams. You can see there's not a whole lot of room. And quite literally, I have to type every single one of these in by hand into the store that I use for the lab swag. It doesn't let me put a chart in. It's ridiculous. So I have to do all this by hand, like type in every single letter, and it gets super, super small. So I'm not sure that we're going to be able to fit all 25 because there were some clots along the way. So we will see, but this is what you expect the poster to look like. We've got the previous Super Cell Bowl champions here up at the top. Then we've got the same thing with the sweatshirt. Again, it's the hoodie, the thinner hoodie. It's still warm though. That we have the peripheral blood smear in the hood, but also the previous champions on down the sleeve as well. Okay, so we've got the 25 on the back of the hoodie. You can see that there. And then on the front, it's got Cell Bowl and then the year, but then the other winning teams, previous teams on the right there. I might actually put the showdown teams on the left. We'll see. I think that's a really good idea. And then there's the t-shirt. if I do put the showdowns on there, it's not going to be on the t-shirt because that's where the logo goes. Um, I think it would look weird if I put it here. Maybe I'll put my logo down there. I don't know. We'll see. But this may not last too long on the t-shirt because the sleeves are not very big. So you may not get a whole list of all of the champions, the previous champions. And then we also have the hanging pendant that you can showcase in your lab if you would like. So the top 25 teams there as well. So that's what's coming. That's a way to showcase and keep a hall of fame in your laboratory or in your building, and you can go ahead and point people to like, hey, look, this is our team. Look where we were, and you can just collect every year. And that's really it. So thank you all so much, so much for being a part of this amazing event, sharing your skills, having a good time, and congratulations to the teams that have won, obviously, but it really does come down to everybody that played. You all did a great job. It's been a very amazing ride this year. Great times, great skills. Thank you for getting out there and talking about the field, spreading awareness for the professions, and just really getting out in your community and helping everyone. That's the goal, right? So look out for the virtual interview with our winning team and possibly some information about the virtual not scavenger hunt, oh my gosh, virtual field trip that was or is going to be completed by our second chance showdown winners. And we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. If this is something you like, please like and subscribe. You can find the link to the new website in the description of the video down below as well. And I hope to see you next year and in any other events that we're doing. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.